Welcome to Can You Hear Me? Because sometimes I can't hear you. Now here is your host, Noah Z.
Hello, and welcome to the very first episode of Can You Hear Me? Because sometimes I can't hear you. This is my very first podcast, and I am very excited to be starting it. Today, I would like to share why I chose to start this podcast, and towards the end, I would like to talk about what I call is my story. So, the reason I decided to make this podcast was I am hard of hearing. I have worn hearing aids in both of my ears since the age of 4. During this time, I have had many struggles. Hearing loss is something that can change the way someone looks at the world. Yes, there are hearing aids and cochlear implants that are out there that can help us hear, but it doesn't always help 100%. Conversations. It is hard for me to have a normal conversation with people sometimes, because sometimes I can't hear them. And I'm shy. It's hard to tell someone that you have hearing loss and that you need them to speak louder. Conversations go a long way in life, and we have to be able to communicate with people to be able to be successful in this world. And some people just don't realize how hard it can be for people who are hard of hearing. It's hard for me, especially when it's a new voice. When it's someone I have never met before, it is very hard for me to grasp what they're saying. I'm not used to their voice, and so it's hard when you're meeting someone to be like, "Hi, I don't know who you are, but I have hearing loss." I mean, that's hard to do. You can't just walk up to someone you don't know and say you have hearing loss. And so when you're starting a conversation with someone you've never talked to before, I can get lost on the conversation, and I can not understand what they're trying to say, but I'm too shy to be able to step up and say, "Hi, my name is Noah. I have hearing loss. Could you please speak a little louder?" One other thing is, if you are watching this and you are hard of hearing and you would do better with captions, once again, I am new at podcasts. I don't know a ton about it, but I hear that Google Podcasts might have captions, so if you were listening to this on some other website, Google Podcasts might be the best choice for you. Now, during this podcast, I don't want to share just my story. I want to hear everyone else's. I don't want to just talk about my struggles and how I cope with hearing loss. I want to have interviews with other people who are out there that are listening to this podcast, and I want them to come forward and tell us about their stories. So for this to happen, I'm going to give you my email, and I'm hoping I can get some emails, and then we can set up a time to have an interview. I think that'd just be very cool. I'm very interested in learning other people's stories. So, my email is noahzpodcast@gmail.com. NOAHZPODCAST@gmail.com. I'll make sure to put it in the description so you can copy and paste it. I am very excited about this, and I'm really hoping that people who are listening to this are willing to come and email me. But if that doesn't happen, I'll just keep talking about what hearing loss is like and how I cope with it. I don't know how long this podcast is gonna go. I'm just doing this for fun, and I'm very excited to see what happens. Next, I would like to share my story and how I was diagnosed with hearing loss. I was not diagnosed with hearing loss until I started preschool at the age of 4. During preschool, my teachers noticed that I was falling behind other kids, and I was not hearing as well. My mom, they told my mom and my dad about this, my mom and dad realized that there were many signs going on to why I had hearing loss. For example, my sister would talk really loud around me, but around my parents, she had a normal voice. And I would turn somebody's head to get their attention so I could read their lips when they were trying to talk to me. Eventually, my parents noticed that this was all signs of hearing loss. So, after that, I got tested for hearing loss at my preschool, and I was diagnosed with hearing loss. But my parents wanted a second opinion, so we went to Boys Town, which is located in Omaha, Nebraska, and they confirmed I had hearing loss. One of the tests I had to take there was they said a word to me, and I just had to say the word right back with no other context. I wasn't always saying the correct word. I was saying words that sounded like that word or rhymed with that word. But I never always said the correct word. After that, I was fitted for hearing aids right away, and ever since then, I've worn them. Even though it's different, I do have different experiences in the world than other people, but I would never consider it a negative. Because I get to meet new people, and I get to have different experiences. Like, just next week, I'm doing some, I don't know what to call it, like a virtual thing where I get to meet new people and learn how to cope with hearing loss, and I'm very excited for that. And so I get to do experiences that not everyone else gets to do. But yes, it does have its struggles, but it is definitely not a negative. I would just like to say thank you to everyone who watched today, and I'm hoping some of you are willing to reach out to me, and I will see you all next time on Can You Hear Me? Because sometimes I can't hear you.